Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So we good to go? It's
Yes,
all
ma'am.
you. You can take the screen, you can push the share screen button, everything. You got the control.
I appreciate that. Okay,
Okay.
so initially we had sat down and talked about going into this, and I wanted to honestly just share so much. Um, but I know that I have to. Well, I wanted to pair to kind of you guys. I wanted to learn about that and center myself within that atmosphere because the aspect of what I'm trying to do applies essentially to this. So, what I did was put together 7 steps. The direct link between the body and mind, the asking why of it all, um, who takes care of these individuals, the solution, action plan, 3 pillars of science, and 3 pillars that kind of break down the T's within that. I wanted to start this off by kind of reading this to you. So since I put it together so quickly, it's not going to be um, as it would be if I was just wholeheartedly, how do I say that? If I had already if I had embodied the information wholeheartedly already. And at this point, I'm still in versing myself with it. So I'll be versing the research as well as communicating my aspects of it.
So, Mr. Ken.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us who you are. I know, but they don't.
Okay. That's okay. So I work in with Help Me Grow in early childhood development from 0 to 5 with the state. My passion is there. I really enjoy getting in front of the families with them. But I study other things as well. So I have my own nonprofit. It's called Ken Family Amen, and this is based off of a process of care over currency. So I built the whole system off of the bartering system. I create relationships built off of what an individual may have, and if there is a donation or any type of currency or funds that is contributed to my process, it goes directly to the family. So we direct that to the family with the individual, and that is my process with my nonprofit. Within that nonprofit, we have a resource foundation where we break down and study different things. So how this was formed, QCIM is the research portion of that. And the main breakdown of that is, okay, I have that here. I'm sorry. The main breakdown of that is roots, barks, mushrooms, herbs, and spices. I looked for a connectivity across, so I took the smallest thing, which is a seed, a root, and I connected it to the biggest thing, which is planetary healing. And I wanted to understand the connectivity of it and how things were formed and how they created these processes to heal and what was the derivative plant that was established in them before the nucleus factors were added that adjusted and altered and affected individuals, and they didn't have the base or knowledge to understand what was going on. So I dove into that. But it came from key aspects. 5 or 6 years ago, I don't want to dive too much into that because it's a processing point, and I want to stick on this because I feel like this is important to me. But certain things in life can affect your brain to an aspect, and I wanted to understand how trauma could do that. So I dove into the processing system and the effects of it, and then how it was being healed and what was being applied to that healing process and what was the steps they took to make sure that it would be okay. And what I figured out was it was more of a Band-Aid method versus an overall foundational healing method. And these things can also cause other issues with that. So I have broke it down to, I'll make it sound simple, but it was 11,000 years of medical history. Because I really wanted to understand how each individual processed what they would call healing, which I figured was an overall single system. So the basis of QCIM comes from TCM, Sumerian, Egyptian, Greek, Native American, African, Tibetan, Japanese, Aboriginal, and Amazonian. These are 12 different spaces and sectors who processed the same thing, which was healing, and how they went about it. The Greek went more body-mind. Native Americans, more earth, sky. Africans, ancestral living and community healing circles. Tibetan, body, speech, mind. So they all had their different angles to how they wanted to attack this process. QCIM, we do mental clarity, gut health, and stress and anxiety. I'm just gonna run through a couple, but some of the root medicines, like for TCM, is ginseng. Sumerian would be licorice. Egyptian is blue lotus root, which is this one here. So this is Egyptian. This is the blue lotus root. So there's different medicines for those different sectors. And if you go to some barks really quick, you have Greek, which is oak bark. Native American, willow. Japanese, which is cherry bark. So I went through all of them and I found some similarities and some common ones that people from all over the world utilize throughout this time, and that is still utilized to this day. And there's just things added to them. So it's the unpure process of it. So if you think camel tea, you can get this in the store and you can get it, but it's been blended, the pollen is different on it, and there's additives to it, so you don't get that whole pure process of essentially what could help you. So it's the knowledge base behind individuals saying, hey, this will heal your stress, or hey, this amount, dosage, and amount of times a day will keep your stress levels down consistently to the point where your inflammation is low. So it's a different process, I believe, to the information. The whole algorithm isn't being given. So I kind of stuck and I dove into all 12. And when it comes to building the process of what may heal, I have 8 kids and I'm married. I have 3 Great Danes, so I have a perfect setup of, what's going on. My younger kids, they have ADD, so I create things that will essentially help them with their focus. And since I love them with everything in me, it really matters that I get down to the correct milligram of what is going into them, that it pairs with the doctor's communication, that I know everything is fit to the point where, hey, I'm helping them or I'm not. So like my older daughter, she goes to school, it's hard for her to cognitively focus in the morning. The tea that I'm drinking now, I made and create for my daughter and wife when it comes to getting up early in the morning, transitioning to that from tired to okay state. So it's a blend of 3 different things in 3 different places. Lion's Mane, Gotu Kola, it's a mixture of Chinese, Japanese, and the mint is just a receptor. So all of those things combined together create that, that aroma where you're sipping it and you feel better. The Lion Mane, the frontal axis, is firing now where it was sleeping. The Gotu Kola, stress relieving. So now your system is relaxed and I can communicate efficiently versus, hey, I really hope they understand. Or I really hope I'm coming across correctly. The